Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. We are here in the Red Blood Sands cavern inside, what was it called? Elm's Reach. We're gonna look around a bit more, then we go out into the rest of the quests. There was one quest in Hearthsong which I haven't done yet because I did not find the correct people that I need to find for that. And it was... This is not the one. Discover how Igadra died. Is it under tasks? Yes, deliver the missive. And I think that is in Hearthsong. I'll have to find the correct people there. For now, we're good to go. Let's look around a bit more without stealing anything. We're not here to steal. Earthblight, okay. Is this like a guardian in here? I'm wondering if there would have been a chance to fight in here if you would have done different choices. The bravest sons and daughters fall not by the swords of Estramorn, but by the daggers of their brethren. Or maybe we'd have to do that. Still, I don't know. Because I was wondering why this whole place is dark. You know, usually if... Okay, I don't know. Because obviously the village is already lighting up everywhere, so we didn't have to uncover everything. Ooh.
And what do we have here?
Are we allowed to open that? Let's wait until this guy leaves.
Eyes open.
Yeah, he would see us for sure. And he's coming back now. Okay, give me a second there.
There's something you don't see every day.
Interesting. Can I disarm the trap? You cannot disarm the trap. Did you wish to trigger it? No. If I can't do that. Now this one I was able to. Let's see what is inside. Blood Testament. Plus 2% raw damage per wound. Usable by a monk only. I need to... What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? Why did that change now all of a sudden? That is weird. Yeah, that is what we need. Yes. What? Why is it in... Oh, god damn it. Why the fuck is... is the ratio so weird now? I didn't do anything. I really didn't. I don't get it. Why is it 4-3 now? Ah. This is what I needed. Yeah. Why did it automatically switch from... That was weird. I only wanted in here to save the game, not to change anything here. That was... I don't know. Let's grab these things. We take it for our monk friend, who is currently not with us, but he will be later. And this one, I'm not quite sure. Maybe also for him. Yeah, I'll keep some of the things here. I'm not able to do that here. What if we all go out of here and only the one with the highest HP number can do it? Yep, I think that's worth it. Let's wait until this guy is gone. Landfaden stalking boots. Damage to flanked targets. Ooh, that looks actually nice. Let's put this in here and this in here. Those boots. Do I have the same one? Yeah, I have the same ones. I have a sneak attack bonus. Maybe for you these would be great as well. You have +2 stealth. I think you need this more. Okay. This is yeah, for the neck. Defense against some things, and this is constitution. You don't need that. This is only usable among, so you can't use it. But we're gonna switch later. Alright.
Yeah?
We go out of here now without sneaking afterwards. I can't close it anymore, apparently. Interesting. Holy hell, what is happening here? They are probably doing a ritual right now.
As your blood flows, so shall your essence. Your life's energy shall feed the soil, and your soul's energy shall enrich the community. This is by your own choosing, supplicant?
A dwarven man stands on a raised platform. Beneath him, an elf lies prone and on a stone table. As you get closer, you hear the dwarf speak in a gravely monotone. Yes, the elf's voice is high but even. Okay, I was speaking it very deep, but you get the gist of it. The dwarf grasps a hatchet with both hands and raises it over his head. He throws his shoulders forward and swings the weapon into the elf's chest, connecting with a meaty thumb. Blood gushes around the blade, and the sacrifice's screams rend the air. Aloth's lips curl with disgust. This is why I prefer the wand to the blade. Despite his earlier agreements, the elf thrashes atop the stone table, his torso arcing while his arms and legs remain tied in place. Meanwhile, the dwarf spreads his arms wide and allows blood to spatter his robes. When the elf is finally silent and still, the dwarf pulls his hatchet from the body and wipes it on his hem.
Hey there.
I mean, he said it was by his own choosing. Streaks of red-brown blood and globs of tissue have worked themselves into the minute grooves of the stone.
Sure.
No, I didn't want... I accidentally pressed on the command button instead of the... What is this sign here? That is interesting. What do we have here? Essence within to nurture flesh and essence without to strengthen it. And we have a fire sacrifice chamber, and that was the blood sacrifice chamber. Let me see. The heat emanating from this pool threatens to sing the flesh of your face. Singe. Alright. Very, very interesting. This is just so big here. I mean, the area here, really big. Obviously, I'm not... Yeah, I couldn't. I could open it if I wanted to, but people would see me. Let me save again, just to make sure we're not being seen.
This calls for a subtle touch.
Oh, copper, I'll take the swords now. No, we have another ritual chamber, I would guess. What do we have here? Another of those.
I'll see what I can find.
More money and away with the scale armor. Who cares? The gift of sacrifice transmutes blood into water and essence into power. Okay, what are they all talking about? Just as the flesh of one nourishes many, the sacrifice freely made strengthens those that will come to us. Strength. The blood of sacrifice waters the soil of Irglanfath. Probably just a hall where they're being teached. Seems like. Taught, not teached, taught. Taught is the correct word. And that's the exit again. Oh, and they have like a feasting table here with an egg. Okay, if it's not stealing, I'll take it. Who are you, Naka? The petitioner before you is swaddled in loose-fitting robes. Her hair is greasy and matted. A glossy film of sweat and grime coats her exposed skin. She has the swollen features of pregnancy and several missing teeth in her big grinning smile. As you approach, she slowly turns to you and examines you from head to toe, smiling the entire time. "Joyous day to you," she says. Despite coming from a wearied body, her voice sounds resonant and relaxed. "I am Naka, midwife and lorekeeper." Her hands run across the slight bulge in her belly. She rolls her head back and sighs a relaxed purr. "Are you feeling well?" "Flawless," she replies. "Apologies, I should be left to my meditation. The rite of strength is invigorating, almost overwhelming to the senses." She reaches down and cradles her belly in her hands and turns away. Okay, interesting. Well, let's leave then. We've seen everything in here. I wanted to check. Currently, into Twin Elms we're neutral. Maybe if I go back to Hearthstone and do that quest, we'd be able to get it a bit higher. That would be probably the best thing we could do. We still have to go to Ter Everon for the main quest and the Golden Grove for that other quest. But first, let's go back to Hearthstone. I need to find those priests there. I'm just seeing that Pelagina also has less than full health, because we were not able to rest in here, I think. Anyways, Aloth has something to say.
If those Delamgon are right, you and I are stuck with our awakenings. Not quite the news I was hoping for.
Well, it distresses me too.
You mean the knowledge that your mind is an unraveling thread and the man holding the other end is a millennia-old priest? Your concern is understandable. And while I hate to turn the subject back to myself, this all has me thinking about Isilmir. I'm stuck with her now.
Well, it's time you dealt with this, Aloth.
I know.
He sighs, and on the bright side, I've got plenty of time to figure out how to deal with her. Like it or not, she's part of you, and she could be a source of strength if you learn to work with her.
It's strange. I've lived with her most of my life, and I've always seen her as an adversary. It should have occurred to me the day she stood up to my father. But there's something about being too close to a situation to see it clearly. It will be a relief to stop fighting her.
Yeah. Even as he says it, something struggles within him. The muscles in his face twitch and his skin quivers. His eyes roll back in his skull, exposing slivers of white sweat beds and glistens on his forehead. After several seconds, he sighs and looks back at you. That wasn't as difficult as I expected. I think deep down I'd always hoped to find a solution elsewhere. When I was a child, I always thought my mother would come home with a mysterious cure, or that my father, without knowing it, could somehow send her away just as he'd called her forth. I can't pretend that I didn't spend years of my arcane training hoping that one of my instructors would have the answer somewhere in his grimoire. When I joined the Leaden Key, I hoped and believed that, with enough loyal service, I'd gain the ear of someone in the organization who could help me. Even when I met you and realized your unique talents, I hoped that you might be able to reach into my soul that the way I've seen you do with so many others. I'd been looking for someone else to solve my problem, and now I realize that I've got to face it on my own. Yeah. I've been with you the whole way, and I still am.
That means a great deal to me. Truly. That reminds me of something else the Delamgon said. About the gods not being real.
He says it quietly, as if afraid someone might overhear him. It did tell us to pray to the gods, so that can't be entirely true.
Yes, I suppose so. Still, I can't help but worry at the state we'd be in if that were somehow true. if there were no power guiding us in this life and shepherding us to the next.
Well then, Isilmir would just be a happy accident and you'd have no one to blame for her.
Yes, that would take the fun out of it.
Well, Wisdom, let's discuss something else. How may I be of service? So you've made peace with Isilmir, what's that like? Relaxing, more so than I expected. As contentious as she is, I imagined that letting her in would merely unleash the torrents, but now that I'm not fighting her, it seems she isn't fighting me. He sighs. And you were right, I found much to learn from her. Alright, that's all. I'm happy that he
Yeah?
was able to make peace with her. And probably would have been able to, you know, decide something else. So I now have to find the priests somewhere for which we can give the paper to. I have no idea where they might be. Builder's Hearth. Well, I think I have been there, but let's go back up and see. We've been talking to everyone, I think. Yeah. We've been talking to everyone here, so I'm not quite sure where that might be now. Yeah. Interesting. Pumpkin, yeah, we've talked with him already, or tried to talk with him. Maybe it is inside, because I have no idea. Okay, let's see. Do we have anyone here who we'd be able to talk to? Did we talk to crows before? Yeah, apparently we did. And Redeye?
What brings you here?
Sensing your approach, an agitated elven hunter suddenly drops his conversation and turns to face you. What kind of courtesy have you learned in your filthy homeland? A red stripe of paint gleams pearly with sweat from cheekbone to cheekbone. We speak of Clanfather matters, begone. The huntress in the group raises her clasped hand. Still your heart, Redeye, do not forget where you stand. She parts the fine strands of golden hair that float before her face and acknowledges you with a nod. In the house of our ancestors and the Six Tribes, we commune as one people. Redeye looks away and fumes in a restrained breath. The ancestors will forgive me and my brother, and when I clean the shame away from his name. He looks at the huntress, and from the taint it has brought to our tribe. And what happened to your brother? My brother. The hunter's heavy breathing pauses for a moment. My brother Fjorm is the greatest hunter of our tribe. He set out on the blood hunt but hasn't returned, and now Arthwin, that puny liar, he claims that my brother... Redeye clenches his fists. The elven huntress fills in the silence. Arthwin belongs to another tribe. He is the hunter that competed against Fjorm during their blood hunt. She gives a glancing look to Redeye. Arthwin claims that Fjorm has exiled himself, deciding to not return to Twin Elms. Redeye scowls. His stripe of paint curves like an angry wound. Exiled. In shame for losing to him during the blood hunt. Can you believe this? Liar. Even though Arthwin returns with the giant Stelgaer's fang as proof, it's hard to believe that Fjorm would have failed to kill the prey first. The huntress digs her heel on the dark soil. But you can claim that yet, Redeye. Not until the Anam father judge the truth. Arthwin's weak, from a lower tribe. Redeye bares his teeth. He lies. I'll find the truth and clean my brother's name. Why would Arthwin lie about your brother? Redeye throws his arms in the air. Why? He looks at you as if the answer were obvious. Redeye, please still your anger. He does not know our customs. The huntress turns to you and nods. Arthwin stands much to gain from claiming a victory over Fjorm. It brings renown and glory to his kin. A lesser tribe, the twice splits arrows. Arthwin has no history, no name, and now he returns a hero while my brother... Redeye face twists in ire. Tricked, perhaps worse? How do you plan to clear Fjorm's name? Actually, let me ask first, what is a blood hunt? We prove our worth in a blood hunt. We set out to stalk and prey, always a dangerous creature, and only one kills it first. The elven huntress interrupts with an exasperated sigh. Yes, but we hunt as pairs, to bond, as Clanfather, as one, not as enemies. 2 hunters, 2 tribes, 1 spirit. That is our way. Redeye glowers in response. Our way isn't to lie. We don't betray our brothers and sisters for our own good. The blood hunt between your brother and Arthur has broken the communion of our tribes, Redeye. Do not dig in this wound until you can claim the truth. She turns again to face you. Perhaps our customs appear strange to you, but despite what you now see, we Glenfarthans hold our bonds sacred. How do you plan to clear Fjorm's name? A bead of sweat rolls down Redeye's forehead and hangs from his red-painted cheekbone like a drop of blood. It quivers as the hunter's muscles twitch. I can't tarry here while my brother's fate remains unknown. The Anam father must let me go. To judge Arthwin and to clean our tribe's name, they cannot listen only to your truth. The huntress lowers her head, glancing at you. Before the Anam father, only an impartial voice can speak for what happened. Redeye whips his neck, and the drop of sweat lingering on his cheekbone flies in your direction. You mean to involve this one, and Estromor? She points at him, her calloused finger curved like a claw. Listen to me now. Arthur returned. With proof, your brother did not even come back. The huntress blows against the fine hairs floating down over her face. The tribes are split. Something must be done. She looks at you, and this one is known to speak the truth. Actually, yeah, we have 2 points in honesty. As an Estromor, I can look into this without risking tension between your tribes. Rita turns to face you, his hard features betraying no emotion or nods. You're right in claiming this. The Anam father would agree to listen. There's no union between you and our tribes. The huntress nods at you. Fjorm and Arthwin went to the Northweald Forest, beyond the Old Song Pass, to hunt the giant Stelgar. Search there and return to us with the truth if you can. But be aware, Stelgar of such size, many times over their lesser skin, usually gather a big pride that follows them closely. Redeye fixes his eyes on you, 2 glowing embers over the blood-red stripe painted across his face. Estromor, I don't expect help, but I'll do anything to know of my brother's fate and to clean the stain that Arthwin has spilled on our tribe. He throws his chin back. Anything. This, I claim. Travel to the north? Wilderness, where is that? Oh, it's north here. I thought there might be something going north. Alright. But this is not the quest I was looking for, to be honest. I might have to look for... Yeah, I might have to look for that. Give me a moment. Deliver the missive in Twin's Helm. Actually, yeah, the sealed missive. Let's look for that. The sealed missive. The Twin Elms. Location, maybe? Maybe that will help me. Damn it, I don't want AI. A lot of AI suggestion. Do you want to use AI? I don't want to use AI. Alright. Celestial Sapling in Hearthsong. Okay. In the Celestial Sapling in Hearthsong. We are in Hearthsong. We'll have to go to the Celestial Sapling then. Alright, let's leave and see where that Celestial Sapling is. Where's the Celestial Sapling? Oh, wasn't I there before? I might have been, but I don't remember. Probably I just missed them. Oh, I can go down here? Wow, I did not expect that there would be another area here. But alright, can we talk to the ogre? Estromor, welcome, behave, be merry. Let's see if we can find the correct person. Nissia Silversmith. Nope, she's not interesting apparently. Anyone who is interesting here? Valiant man. The dough wouldn't serve better drinks, but the Glenfarthans build taverns I actually want to visit. Actually, I should have done a French accent, but yeah, whatever. Eleutherian haggard
Gods
shoes.
keep you.
A middle-aged elven man stands behind the counter of the inn. He has a warm, open face and smiles pleasantly in greetings as you approach. Welcome, welcome. I am always glad to see a new face. Take a seat where you like, my friends. It seems to me you've walked a long road. All are welcome here, and those with interesting stories most welcome of all. Ooh, that's actually a tavern where I can sleep. That's nice. Can I see what you have for sale? Of course, we offer meals and some supplies. Have a look. Spirit spiral, melee damage, and whisper of treason. Ooh, this is for the hands. Interesting. I want to buy this because why not? Examital rice pen, Duke's own beef loaf. That's interesting. Farmer's bread, Rawati sweet pie. Yeah, the sweet pie is nice. But actually, I think I'm gonna take the Duke's own beef loaf because the might is just too good. Actually, let's buy everything. We have the money. We have the money for everything, so why not buy everything? Only the camp supplies I won't be able to buy, of course. Anything that we can sell? Yeah, this for example. A book? Yep, the book we can sell. Stelgir hide. Alright, I think we're good. Nice. Now let's have a bad. Might Constitution Resolve. Oh yeah, I'll take that. Give it to me. Let's do it. Might Constitution and Resolve. Constitution at 11 now, Resolve at 15. Oh. Alright. Let's look around. I'm sure we find the monks somewhere here. Who is this Camille Witchmere? Okay. Interesting name, but not anyone of... No. Have a moment, I would like to word with you.
Hail,
okay.
traveler.
A slender woman in dusty leathers locks eyes with you. It's good to see someone from more civilized lands around here. Her unkempt hair sprouts in wavy black tufts. Despite the fine features that sculpt her face, a cleft chin completes her boyish appearance. I'm learning firsthand the many shortcomings of Clanfathan hospitality. Her gloved hands come to rest on the pommel of a long stock hinged low on her hip. I can almost forgive the hostility towards outsiders, but the temperate taverns and these watered-down drinks inexcusable. I hope I don't seem too forward, but I need to help my friends and you look like the right person for the job. A sly smile carves a dimple on her cheek. Which is to say, you're not Clanfathan, making you the closest thing I've got to an ally in this paranoid land. She gives you a coquettish sideways glance. And allies, well, they help each other, do they not? Who are you exactly? The woman passed the dust of her leggings and gives you an exaggerated curtsy. Where did I leave my ambassadorial manners? She flashes a mocking smile. I'm Gwyneth, pleasure to meet you. She lifts an eyebrow with a blushing smirk. For the time being, though, I'm just another Estremor minding her own business. And what help do you need? My friends have drawn some unwanted attention. Gwyneth looks to both sides, scanning for uninvited listeners. Clanfathan scouts, and not just any mob of local zealots, the Fangs. She pauses to let the name settle in the air. The Fangs are brutal, relentless bunch, eager to make an example of troublesome outsiders. As for why I need your help, her smile widens as she speaks. I need someone to warn the expedition that trouble is coming, and I need someone ready to fight if it comes to that. She taps her hand on the pommel of her stock. With any luck, we'll reach my friends before the Fangs do, but if not, the Fangs have a reputation to uphold, so this might require spilling blood. Why aren't you with the rest of your friends? Why not warn them yourself? Her posture stiffens at the question. It was my turn to handle Far Patrol. I spotted the Fangs on my trek back to camp. I knew that rejoining the main group would risk leading the enemy right back to the expedition. I know the woods and I know how to stay quiet, but I didn't want to stake my friends' lives on my ability to sneak past expert hunters like the Fangs. Are you kidding me? And so you went here? You could have, lose them here, and then tried to sneak out to them. What? I don't get it. I don't see that making sense. If they noticed me warning my friends, we'd have been overrun. Gwyneth tilts her head to the side and points to you with a grin. But if they notice me and some reinforcements, like say you, well, at least then we can scare them off or put up a good fight. How many are they? If they're 10 people, we won't scare them off, for sure not. What did your friends do to draw the attention of the Fangs? Just setting foot in Erglanfarth is a good way to offend the tribes. I don't know how they picked up our trail. I suspect one of our newer scouts didn't cover his tracks well enough. When I spotted the Fangs, they were retracing a path the expedition had taken days before. Tell me more about your expedition. I like to think we're on a mission of reclamation, Gwyneth darts a shrewd smile. It is said that our armies left behind many valuables in their hasty retreat from Erglanfath at the end of the War of Black Trees. So the way I see it, we're simply gathering up what our ancestors left behind. I doubt the Glenfarthans agree with me on this, she adds with a dimpled grin. My expedition set out from Defiance Bay, heading directly east to cross into Glenfarthan lands. I split off once we arrived at the Bale, the natural frontier between our nations. The plan was for me to keep my eyes on the Glenfarthans while the main group scoured the target area. For days we eluded them. She walks her fingers over the back of her leather glove, leaving a trail on its dusty surface. But the Fangs got wise to our presence. Your friends are trespassing. By local custom, they're criminals. Gwyneth frowns and blinks at you several times. You'll forgive me if I'm not sympathetic with face painters and their barbaric laws. I'm not pretending that what we're doing is noble. I just don't believe trespassing is a crime that warrants execution. Well, I agree with you. I just think they shouldn't be there. But it's not for me to say. Well, okay, I'll help you on the expedition. Gwyneth smiles with an overt display of dimples. Excellent, I knew I could count on you. She leans in and whispers. Assuming the Fangs didn't already get them, my friends should now be at or around the Pilgrim's Trail in the Northweald. The plan was to camp along the trail leading to a temple of Hylia. Find my comrades, warn them the Fangs are coming, and help them clear out of the forest. I'll head out first on my own to see if I can't lead the Fangs astray and buy us some time. She pulls her astok a few inches out of its scabbard and cracks a smile. If the gods smile on us, we won't have to draw steel. Should it come to that, I'm glad you are on our side. I'm not so sure if you are saying the truth here, but we'll find out. Intercept Gwyneth Starwood expedition in the Northweald Wilderness. So we have 2 quests here in the Northweald Wilderness. Okay, we still need to find the monks, but we'll do that in the next episode. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you there in the next episode of Pillars of Eternity. Until then, bye bye.